On today's episode of Motorhaus, it's me, Bob.
And me, Ratchet.
And we're here at Shelsley Walsh Hill Climb for Retro Rides Gathering 2021. Yeah! There really isn't enough time to really look at every single individual car, but it's mind-blowing, the stuff that's here. This really is the modern car show, and this is what we like seeing with car shows, isn't it? Is they're all being driven, they're all here
and being enjoyed, and very unique and individual. In fact, it's probably rarer to find a standard car here
an unmodified than an unmodified car, because Exhibit A, you've got this beautiful TVR Chimera
next to a Rover
on 3-spoke alloys with a Nardi steering wheel and a JDM style gear lever,
obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. Apparently,
why not?
Here, right here, look, is your 80s taxi fleet, the Berlin Cab Beige, next to a beaded seat cover Nissan Bluebird. Where's the yellow light on top? Like, mate, I need a kebab on my way home. Can we visit Cash Machine?
Or a currywurst?
Oh, a currywurst, naturally.
Okay.
Hey girl, are your Honda Spidey sensors tingling?
Yet again, drawn in. Yes, to this wonderful
EF hatch Civic. Tell us about the EF hatch Civic.
5-stud conversion, just like mine, because it's super rare apparently.
It has got VTEC.
It has.
There's the braps. Tap, 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 tap.
B18C.
So what would that have been in?
So this could be one of two. It could be from a 96 spec into a Type R or a 98 spec. The difference between them is minimal, to be fair. There's only a couple of horsepower difference. So one is about 190 and I think the other's 195, something like that.
Holy smokes, in this?
Yeah, 1.8. I mean, my B16 being my CLX is basically a D-stroke one of these.
If you grew up in the 90s, there's a brand from Blackpool that occupied the same space on your wall as Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. This is the legend. This is the mad, bad TVR Cerbera. This was the first car to feature an engine that TVR themselves designed in-house. It's the AJP V8. It's an absolutely insane work of art as an engine. Like, I don't have time to go into the specs. Flat plane crank V8, revs as high as some small 4-bangers, weighs next to nothing, and makes somewhere around 350, 400 odd bhp depending on spec. Absolutely incredible. But even aside from that, will you just look at the styling of this thing? Like, these have aged so well. You still owe me a 9-second car. Right then, this was one of the mental cars at the hill climb that absolutely surprised me. Commaaero, nice and normal, but it was doing big smoky burnouts, but oh.
Hey up, Doc. Eric got a turbo.
It's got a turbo. It's got a turbo. I gather it's out of a Saab. Ooh. Actually, the whole engine's out of a Saab, but
wow.
Do you know how it's right fast?
Is it? Go on, how?
It's got a turbo.
Wow.
The R stands for right posh. So some solid V-dub action here at the show. But check this out. Look how many Mark 1 Golfs there are there. Look at the V-dub action over here. Super clean bay window. Very nice white Mark 1 Golf convertible. Some Mark 2 action. I love me a Mark 2 purple Beetle. Give us a wave. Yay. Give us a wave. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. More Mark 2 action. Oh, why are there so many Golfs here? Why are there so many Golfs here? Well, I've been invited in for a closer look. Oh my days. Look how minty clean. Minty clean.
Gosh.
Good grief. Have I just walked into a VW showroom in the 80s? Are you the owner of this fine vehicle, sir? Tell us about yourself, tell us about the car.
My name's Mo, 7.5 years to fully restore, get back to bare metal, no rust anywhere. Brother painted the engine bay, had it all done pretty much as we wanted it really. Kept it as stock as we can, 3 shows of them. Been best in show 3 times. 7.5 years, mate. Didn't take long, did it? No.
That seems about the standard for rebuilding 80s, 90s hot hatches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About 7.5 years.
Can't wash them, no.
No, you can't.
And the Mark 1. It's a Lake Como for the journey.
That's quite a trip.
With that fault.
Well, that's what it needs. It's all about getting them out there, driving them, enjoying them, isn't it?
That's it.
Fantastic.
You just lock them up in the garage.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Thank you very much, Mo.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
More VW action. It's not just Golfs. Check out the Polos. That was your brother's first car, wasn't it?
It certainly was, yeah.
I love a Polo.
Yeah, my sister had one of those.
What a bread fan.
Yeah. Yeah, in white.
Oh, mercy. Seems to have appeared on Supercar Row here, look. 944, I think. 964. 9-second car. You never had me.
R34.
R34.
And an R32.
This is my favourite one. You know I love the R32.
There's one missing between them that's my
35?
favourite. No, the 33.
33?
Yeah.
That's how
33.
numbers work. Ooh. Ooh, look at those.
T37. Nice.
Very nicely refurbed as well.
Yeah. Sparkly.
Sparkly. Love the tail end of this car. It's a look that for me has aged very, very well. It's crisp, sharp, love the bubble arches. From the JDM fan, what's your view on the Skyline ratchet?
Iconic. You know,
And a genuine icon,
Yeah,
like it's an overused word, isn't it?
it is like legend and epic and all the rest of them, but truly an absolute icon of the millennial generation. Everyone, this, you know, from sort of about here, can I?
Yeah, go for it.
This sort of view is where most of us know the back end of this car from.
Cue the Eurobeat.
Yes. But you know, Gran Turismo. That's where we know this view from.
Ratchet.
Yes.
It's a Cosy.
Cosy up.
Cosy.
Add up.
Cosy.
Cosy.
Not sure
Green.
what that's doing here.
Thing.
Is this retro? No.
Shrug.
But oh,
Messy. I say, darling.
oh, pretty car. Paid for?
No. Yes.
From me, Bob, here's Rob. And Rob's got the most mental Mark II I've seen all day. That looks suspiciously like a YB with a massive turbo on it, Rob.
Yeah, T38.
T38, so give us the specs, give us the headline figures.
BD10 cams.
Yep.
T38. Tall wastegate with a screamer coming out the bonnet.
Yeah.
L8 management from the Escort.
What's the headline power figure? If you were in the pub and you'd had a few pints and
380 to 100 to 400, it depends. But it runs £28 a boost, so it's but it's quite laggy. It's got the RRG 500 exhaust. To really wind it up to get it to dance, but when it goes,
we saw that at the start line. It makes mincemeat of the rear tyres, doesn't it?
It just kill them a bit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
So
it's all 4 linked at the back, Atlas axle with a
so like Group 4 sort of
Yeah,
spec rear end. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's your personal history with the car then? Because obviously Ford didn't make them like this.
No, it was a French left-hand drive.
Right, okay.
1.3 found in a barn.
That's quite an upgrade from a 1.3.
Yeah, the chap imported it, and then I borrowed my dad's wheels, went to the MOT station, it passed first time.
Wow.
After been off the road since 95.
Horrible.
This is the thing though, isn't it? Is that
He lives in the wrong place.
everyone thinks of Escorts as like fire breathers and rally cars, but they're not as standard, are they really?
No, that's it, they're pretty terrible really, standard, aren't they? Yeah, it's right, and it's just evolved. It used to be really pretty.
Yeah.
And then I hit 40 and bought some rusty paint and had a crisis. And that's how it is now, yeah. So
What transmission you running, Rob?
it's a T5.
T5,
Yeah, T5 box.
Magic.
Yeah, so
Fantastic. And what do you do to haul it down from 400 horses? What brakes wise have you got going on with it?
just some Willwoods, nothing.
Yep.
Just little box standard Willwoods. You can't really do a lot with the 13-inch wheels, but
No.
I didn't want to put it on bigger rims because it would spoil the effect, wouldn't it? So
I love the fact that you've still got the beige interior as well.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Fantastic. Thanks very much, Rob.
Okay, no
There's
worries.
been another mental Escort. Quelle surprise! The Honda tractor beam is drawing in the ratchet.
Can't help it. And it's yellow. Like, it's a double whammy for me.
Look, it's so cute.
They're adorable.
What have you found, Ratchet?
It's a Honda Beat.
Oh,
So,
hello.
this is a true K car. They're a 0.6 litre 3-cylinder engine, only sold in Japan. And just look how adorable they are.
In fact, we're just going to give you a graphic demonstration of how wee this car is. So that's with tall Ratchet,
Hello.
right? So it looks like a toy car, but then, hang on. Let's hop over. It's
Look.
not a big car. Hey Ratchet, look, CRX friend. I think there was another one here earlier.
There was.
as well.
There was a black one, Valva. You look for the power bulge
Ooh.
in the bonnet. That's how you tell a Valva from a VT or an SIR. So there you go. Gratuitous booby shot.
Is there such a thing?
Yes.
Okay. It's a Volvo that goes on and on
and on, and on, and on, and on.
There is a brand and a car which is often referred to as the French 911, and that's the Alpine. So Alpine was started off, I'll put the guy's name in here, and he started out by creating competition cars that used Renault running gear but heavily tuned, and Alpine became a whole brand unto itself. Now this is one of my favourite Alpines, which is the GTA V6. They're actually rear engined, again, French 911, anyone? Not a flat six, but you've got the PRV V6 in this, same engine used in a DeLorean. And then, oh man, like this is just all the styling cues are right up my street, from these beautiful smoked taillights and the cheeky little rear spoiler here, this beautiful long sloping glass hatch, and this sexy little kick up here. I'm getting my Lipu hand going on here, but you've got to love that. And the interior is just peak cassette futurism, especially come in and have a look at the stereo. Oh, graphic EQ tape deck. I absolutely love these cars. Definitely one that's on the bucket list. Probably can't afford to buy one now, but yeah, in my opinion, the French 911. Golden brown Triumph TR6. Oh my days, have the 70s landed. TR6, again, one of the quintessential hairy chested 70s sports cars. I love these things. The very first convertible I ever rode in a little boy was a bright yellow TR6. Mercy me, two-tone golden brown. This is so 70s. If maybe you don't know what a TR6 is, this was arguably the last of Triumph's sort of traditional sports cars. Underneath, it's effectively a TR4A from the 1960s. But what they did is they developed that into the TR5, which then got the fuel injected straight 6 engine. And then in the 70s, they came up with the TR6, which was a lightly restyled version of the TR5. It's much more muscular, it's much more butch, if you will. It was actually restyled in Germany, and you can kind of really tell that from it. But here's a feature I really like about the TR6, is it has this really stocky, blunt, cheeky little cam tail. How can you not love that? Well, here's a car that's been on the shortlist for me for some years. It's the C4 Corvette. Wedgy styling, pop-up headlamps. Who'd have thought this would appeal to me, right, Ratchet?
I know, so unlike you.
I think these have yet to have their time. C4 was a really big redesign for the Corvette, because the C3, its predecessor, lived for ever such a long time. The C3 that was introduced previous to this ran from the late 60s right up until the early 80s. It went on for ever such a long time. And then they replaced it with something that was really very modern for its time. These are pretty good underneath. And you know, you've got a bulletproof 5.7 litre small block Chevy engine in them, fiberglass bodywork. It's a fantastic car. This one's one of the later restyles. You can tell that because it's got like the ZR1 tail lights on it, and it's also got a redesigned dashboard. Now the earlier ones have a Digi-Dash, which everyone loves a Digi-Dash, but this one, I mean, have a look and tell me how rad on a scale of 1 to 10 that dashboard is, Ratchet.
That is heckin' rad.
Heckin' rad.
Oh my word, yes.
Right? Is that not an insanely rad dashboard?
That is extremely rad. Look at all the switches.
Look at all the switches.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that cool? And look, it's a removable targa, right? It's a targa roof. These are such cool cars, right? What?
She wants
I know,
one.
it's awesome,
That's
isn't
what
it?
me. That's hard.
Is that car broken? Oh no, it's a Trabant. No, who's got the Cuddly NOS? They've got the Cuddly NOS. Here's a sneak preview of something coming soon.
Yes, it is.
So there's a car you haven't seen on the channel yet. I don't think when this goes out you won't have done. However, as a little bit of a sneak peek, here's our very good friend, Mr. Dave Hunter Miller. Say hello, sir.
Hello.
And you have here, tell us about, actually, should we just go? Boom, 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 boom. Tell us what we've got here, Dave, or tell us what it started out life as.
This started out as a 1995 Jeep Wrangler Sahara.
Okay.
Now there's a particular spec used in the Jurassic Park Jeeps in the film.
Spoiler alert.
And it's been my labour of love for a few years now. Getting together all the bits to do the whole Jurassic Park look. And ta-da.
Outstanding. So, should we let it drop? Should we tell people what's coming? Let's do it.
I too am a Jurassic Park nerd, and I too have a Wrangler. So I've spent the last 3 years getting all the bits together, all the detail bits, like, you know, tap, 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 fog lights and all the other bits to make my very own. And in 2 weeks' time, I will be painting my Jeep at long last.
This is it. You are actually going to have.
Actually going to do it. It's been a long time coming.
What have you found, Ratchet?
Look what I found. Look what I found.
Oh my God! Look.
It's a Honda City / Jazz, but guess what?
What?
It's got a turbo.
It has got a turbo. It has got a turbo. Go on, show us the turbo. You might recognise somewhat the shape of this car from one of our own, but this is not a Jazz. It's a Honda City Turbo 2.
That's correct.
Excellent. This is its owner, Richard. Say hello, Richard.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
So, never sold in this country, right? This is a pure JDM model,
That's it, yeah.
right? So, what's your history with the car?
Well, it's quite a long story. Hope you've got time.
We've got some time. We've got a bit left on the memory card. Let's go.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the back of the car, but there is an accessory that was available.
Indeed, the Motocompo scooter, yeah, designed to fit the back.
So I bought the Motocompo before I bought the car.
Now, it's normally the other way round, isn't it? Because we're after a Motocompo for ours, but you bought the Motocompo and then wanted the matching car.
Correct. I needed somewhere to store the bike, so I thought, I know, I get the car.
I like this man's logic. This is good.
So, to cut a long story short, I knew that I wasn't going to find one in the UK.
Yes.
So I put out a request via the Honda City Owners Club in Japan.
Right, yep.
Google Translate on my phone. Put the inquiry in.
Yep.
But also to show commitment, I thought I'm going to Japan and I'm going to buy a car. So what I did, I booked 2 flights, one for me, my son. He came with me. And it got within a couple of weeks of the flight, and then I got a reply from one of the owners saying he had a car for sale. That he would meet me in Tokyo, and that's what led me to buy this actual car.
That's incredible. I think that's probably the best car story we've heard today, that is. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And not only that, the car wasn't, I couldn't view the car because it was right up in the north of Japan. Japan on
Right.
the Hokkaido on the
Yeah.
North Island. But I met the guy, and then through the owners club, they recommissioned it for me before sending
Oh,
it back here.
wow, really?
Because it had been off the road for nearly 20 years. So it was quite a journey.
Wow.
And, it's something that means a lot to me. I'll never part with it.
Oh no.
Having gone through all that.
No,
to
I
find
understand
it.
that. Like
Yeah.
that's absolutely wonderful. Well, I'm sure at some point we'll be in touch and try and get the cars together. That'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But thank you so much for showing us your car. Thanks a lot.
Bye. All the best.
Well, very sad. We have reached the finishing line. Sad times. Unfortunately, for another year,
Has to happen.
show's over. It's time to go home. But
Yeah.
I think this has been the best gathering yet, don't you?
Yes, for me, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. The vibe here this year, the cars, the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think just after everything everyone's been through the last 18 months, really
Absolutely.
appreciating what we've got.
Absolutely. From me, Bob,
And me, Ratchet.
it's a lot of love, and we'll see you again on another episode soon of Motorhouse.